Good day, everyone, and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. This is a special edition, I guess you could say, considering the previous episode was much shorter than I would have liked, due to video corruption, and I thought I had more footage there than what I did. It turned into a shorter episode that, honestly, it felt like I was just giving you table scraps, and you deserve better than that, so here's a special episode to make up for that. Now, I'll be honest, this is not going to be a very happy episode, at least in some ways. I think it's going to be a very sad one. What do I mean by that? Well, Victorville Goods Factory. It was originally a big part of my plans. The idea was that there's a steel mill right there. We can just get steel to it, and oh look, there's the only chemical plant on the map. Oh boy. Okay, well that's good. Get chemicals to there, and then we can supply goods to the world. Because the world only can... Let's say region. That sounds much better. The problem is that I don't see any way we can get this job done in time to save it with the amount of money we have. Let's talk about this. We have $18 million. Well, 18.1. Yeah. 54 million was spent replacing trains, and right when I finished replacing the trains off camera, this happened. As I said, I've honestly looked into this. There's basically two routes that I came up with to kind of resolve this issue. Basically, the idea was that we could extend the line here all the way up to Hampton, hook up to the chemical plant, so then we'd ship some of the refined oil from the Grand Prairie Oil Refinery to here, make plastic, ship the plastic to the goods factory, and this is where the plan splits in two. There were two options that I came up with. We could try and get steel production going on at the Hampton Steel Mill. The problem with that is the only source of coal is all the way over here. We got plenty of iron in the region, but the only source of coal, well, the area, I should say, since we're referring to this map as the region, but the only source of coal that's, not requiring us to go across the river is right here. So that's quite difficult. The next source of coal is over here. So that puts the steel mill here in a bit of a bind and stuff. Likewise, there's another steel mill right here, but we might as well at this point just build off of there. In fact, we could just take steel here, and we have an excess of steel at the moment being produced and not shipped. So that would help out, just build a line here. But the problem is we'd have to... I mean, it's still possible, I guess. I haven't tried it. But we'd have to build a route. First of all, we got a bridge crossing the river, and we got to get through all of this mountainous terrain here to hook up, this way, even worse, to hook up to Victorville Goods Factory with steel. Over time, the plan was that we could get this working, but with 18 million, I don't know. I don't think this is very feasible. This is some very rugged terrain here for anything coming from this area. Now, we could theoretically take this line and stretch it through here, kind of run through Victorville. We could probably do a tunnel through here and hook up there. And that would be great, because then we could also ship the tools that we've been producing here from Houston Tools Factory to Victorville, which would be great. We've also got an excess amount of machines, so if we were somehow able to hook this line up to this tiny little line here, if we were able to hook this up somehow, then that would be great. Now let's talk about why this isn't possible really quickly here. As I said, this is kind of depressing, really. This was the plan all along in the long run. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do it. Let's take a look at the map here with the contour lines. This is a very steep drop off here. It really drops off down into here. So while it looks feasible to just run a line up here, well, let's just demonstrate for a moment. This is kind of what you end up with. So yeah, the alternative would be to ship the steel all the way down the line this way to get to the goods factory. I was trying to remember what it is, but I don't think that makes a lot of sense. It would take a very long time to do that. So we're really having to fight the terrain, particularly when it comes to Victorville here. Ultimately, at the end of the day, I just don't see any way to save the Victorville goods factory. It's just not with 18 million. We can't do it because each train is going to, it's every time we build a new line. So, for example, this is the real issue with the steel mill in a sense. We're going to need 3 trains just for taking the steel to there. Because we're going to need from the iron ore mine to the steel mill, we're going to need our source of coal to the steel mill, and then of course steel to Victorville goods factory. That's 3 trains, and if we're using the newer stuff, well, that's millions of dollars. In fact, let me show you what happens to our investment here. Here's one little problem that exists in the network. We haven't done anything with Glendale. All this that we built is just sitting here, waiting for a train to deliver passengers and construction materials. We don't have that train in yet. So let's buy a train, and we'll have to do a little temporary fix here. Actually, isn't there... Never mind, we can just do it here. We'll do it from here. This makes sense. This is why we have this one here. So let's buy a train. Let's get... a mogul, and let's get some cars to transport the construction materials. So let's get 5 of these. Yikes, that's expensive. Just for this one train we're buying, $4 million. And imagine adding 3 of those. It's just not a good financial situation to be trying to save it. So I think we're just gonna have to accept doing what we can do with what we have. So this is something we can do. We can easily set up a line taking the construction materials to Glendale. That is good to go. Boom, just like that. 4 million, we're gonna be making money. So we gotta name it. So I'm just gonna start abbreviating things here. This is gonna be construction materials to Glendale. Now, we've got another issue in the line here. Turns out, we've got a problem with shipping tools to Lexington. This train here, I noticed, first of all, it's not making money there. I thought, oh, that's odd. Then I noticed, oh, apparently it thinks it's shipping plastic for some strange reason. Oh, look at that. The last time it had any income was in 1883. So yeah, this train there's a problem here. And the problem is, well, if we click on the line itself, oh look, it's assigned to track 1. We don't want it assigned to track 1. We want it assigned track 2. And thinking this through, this isn't ideal in and of itself. Having it assigned to track 2. So we're going to redo Reno Tools Factory. It's a pretty easy fix. What we're going to do, we're going to give it its own dedicated line. Let's just add a new track onto there. And how do we want to do this? I think what we'll do, we can hit resume for now, but what I want to do is I want to make sure this, let's send this train to its, let's send it to the depot there. And we're gonna have to tear out all of this. well, not all of it, but what we need to do, we need to add in a new switch here. You know, let's make it 45, and then we'll add in some 50s here. Boom, problem solved. And we'll just, oh, we don't have, You know, we'll leave that as is, that's fine. As far as signals, that will work. Oh, wait, no, this signal here has to be deleted. Alright, so there's another easy fix. So... Train 8. As I said, we gotta redo its line here. So, let's, no, how do we... Oh, yeah, we can't... Alright, let's keep that up there and hope that we don't lose it. So, Reno Tools to Lexington. Now that this is set up, what we want to do is we want to actually reset it to Terminal 1. And now we're going to have to quickly, and I mean quickly, change its assignment here. So, actually, let's pause, because I want to make sure I do this right. So you're going to Reno Tools Factory. We want you to use track free. Yep, go to platform free. All right. So everything should be fine now. So we can probably get train 8 to return to service. As you can see, its condition is very bad. So we'll have to fix that. We also have some trains that are kind of just sitting here. They're temporarily retired, you could say. When are you again? Tools to Lexington. Yep, there we go. Okay, so for some reason, at some point, somehow, a train offloaded some lumber here at Reno Forest. And while it's not a big deal, we really don't want this 15 wood here. So, we're gonna have to manage this line to accomplish what we're trying to do, I think. But, when this line comes here, what we're gonna want to do is, first of all, we don't want to unload anything, so let's stop that from ever happening again. And for now, we'll just tell it to 90% load on logs. And so hopefully that simple order will cause it to pick up the lumber, and we'll be done with that issue. Hopefully that works. Okay, so now let's talk about the other big issue here. Reno Central needs to be redone, and a couple ways to do it. Neither of them are all that clean, but basically we're going to move the station pretty much to over in here. It will be parallel to the main line, and it will be similar to like what we've been doing, for example, with Palm Bay and pretty much everywhere. This terminus is going bye-bye. It's too much of a problem. So let's tear everything out here and get this fixed up to where we can expand it, because at present, it would be very expensive to build in here, and we have to tear it out anyways to expand it over. I had tried at some point here to do that, and it didn't work because of angles and stuff. We probably could get a building in over here, but it's just better. Let's fix this. I don't like doing a terminus, and this is why we run into problems like this. Okay, with the roads in, now we just got to add in our new station here. And we'll probably have to put in a tram system to get, from passenger traffic going, but that won't be too bad. The more expensive thing will be just the road work there for that. But let's get a train station in here. Okay, so Reno's new station is in. Now we just got the challenge of hooking it up, and it looks pretty good in my opinion. It's going to provide a lot of future benefit there. So let's see here. What we need to do is we need to get our track here and So typically we're gonna have to cut this back a ways, I think. Or we pull the line. Alright, let's do kind of what we did in Palm Bay, I think. Let's just do a true pass-through with this. So, is that a wise idea? I don't know. You know what? Let's not. Let's do this kind of the hard way here. So, okay, so we're gonna put it. It's this one here. We're gonna do a bit differently than probably what everyone's expecting here. Get that to there, sure, and then we'll connect up to that one. This is sometimes how these are done. Just like how I'm kind of putting it in here. I probably should have moved that one a little bit further down. But yeah, this is kind of a fairly typical bit here. And as I said, we're kind of doing things a bit differently than what we normally do for track like this. Okay, so we fixed the issues for now with that. There's still more work that's going to need to be done here. We're going to have to make this better in some way, but this works for now, so it resolves any complications. So we can actually start shipping fuel to there. Now, to ship the fuel there, I was thinking maybe we should just locate our... I think it's this one, isn't it? No. Oh, alright, so it just did a fuel delivery to Palm Bay. What I think we should do is we need to create a new line. Let's just create a new line. So new line. And we're going to add the fuel refinery here in Glendale. And we're going to add... where did Lexington go? Or Reno go? We're going to add Reno. Set to this obnoxious red for fuel. So as it turns out, Palm Bay Quarry just isn't generating enough stone for the construction materials plant to generate enough construction materials to feed our train. I added one car on originally here, and what do you know? There's actually an empty car already on there. And that's how I discovered that, well, production is not great here. Yeah, there's only 15 stone waiting. So that's a problem we're gonna have to figure out here. So yeah, we have a bit of a problem here. We're just not generating enough stone for train 21 to take a full load. Palm Bay Goods Factory founded. Oh wow, this is a bit of a game changer here. Anyways, there's just not enough stone being brought in to fully load the train to take it to the construction plant. As such, the construction plant is not generating enough stone to fill up train 27. So train 27, this is the it's not doing well finance-wise. The running costs are typically higher than the profits. So that's not good. We gotta look into this. We gotta make this work, and I'm hopeful that we can. Yeah, it's even worse now because we're at 36. Oh, okay. We gotta change some things.